You're watching Church Matters, the program that goes over the upcoming events of Church First Baptist Church of Troy. Joining me this evening is Pastor Harlan Haines and his lovely wife, Kathy. We're going to talk about things tonight. How y'all doing?
Yeah, doing good. Yeah, I had to bring somebody prettier than me in. I'm getting tired of saying I'm going to meet you in the living room. I thought I'd just have her meet me in the studio.
I don't know. What you're going to change your closing remarks tonight? Well, I guess
I'm
not.
going to have to. I mean, I may not be able to close. We may just go on forever.
Kathy, I'm right next to you. No, but she's going to be. She said she may not stay the whole time, so it may still work. All right. Well, we're getting back into the swing of things,
Yes.
church activities. We're going to just kick right off and start into, these are put together usually by what's coming up most recently or soonest. Wayfinders is meeting again. In fact, this Saturday, we're going to be at the Central Temple Fire Station for a tour. If anybody knows Buzzy Gover, he's going to be leading our tour with the boys. And who can't resist the fireman's pole and everything like that. So we'll be there meeting at the church at around 8:30, 8:40, and we'll caravan out, or you can meet us there for that tour. So that should take, maybe 45 minutes to an hour. And so that is Wayfinders. It has restarted. And to state some basics, people ask, it is free, donation-based, preferred. And we do have our next big event after the fire station is we're going to have a camp out at Fort Parker State Park, October 7th into the 8th. Yeah. I've already called again to verify that, hey, what all do we need to do? And so you're good to go, paid up, ready to roll on that. I got screen shelters.
If there's a fire at the fire station, I mean, if they have a fire that they got to leave for, do the boys get to jump on the truck and ride it with them?
That's a fair question.
I think that'd be fun.
I'm going to say probably not, but I'm Mr. Analytical, and I say things like, well, Harlan, you got to think about the insurance. There's no way they would do that. But it's a joke.
Somehow I can see just John up there in that cab going.
Probably may have started it. I probably started the fire. All right, I'm leading this into events we had this week. Yesterday was Team Kid. That's going strong. I posted some pictures on the Facebook page, church Facebook page. Looks fun. I didn't put it in here, but there was one I really liked of the parachutes. It reminds me of my youth of in elementary school when it's PE day, PE time would happen. You go out and you see the parachute, make the mushroom, bounce the ball. It's good stuff.
They had a blast, man. They were having a blast Wednesday. Kids just running in, laughing. Again, they're excited to be there. I keep saying it, but I want people to understand the kids are pulling the parents in. They just want to be here, and they just have so much fun. So I encourage, if you've got a child from pre-K to sixth grade, man, we got a place for them to learn about the Lord. They're going to have fun. They're going to be asking you, when do we go back?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I've called up there, called my wife while she was picking them up, and I hear a whining child. I'm like, what's going on? She said, well, your son doesn't want to leave church. I'm like, oh, well, you're not grand scheme of life. That's not a bad problem to have.
It's not a bad problem.
Have much worse problems.
You'd have a lot worse problems. That's right. But Team Kid does meet at 5:45 on Wednesdays. And so that 5:45 to about 7, very orderly, very ordered process, but a lot of fun as well. So it's organized chaos, but it's
and Thomas, we do, we feed them something like corn dogs and some things like that. So we give them a little something. So, parents, you're rushing home from work and you're picking them up, you just bring them to church. We feed them. And so you don't have to worry about that.
Absolutely. Then, in addition, we've got just our general Operation Christmas Child or Shoebox Ministry or OCC. Those 3 words all mean the same. It's our September Shoebox Items of the Month games. Just remind me of the games you can find at Cracker Barrel. But it doesn't have to be these kind, but it can be, any type of game. Or
I don't like those games because I always lose.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny. You can buy the games there. This is not sponsored by Cracker Barrel. You can buy them if you like to practice.
Why buy a game I'm going to lose at?
But that is September Shoebox Items. Believe in the next few months they're going to be putting their packing parties together, and as always, donations are needed, not just of the items, but financially speaking, it's about right now up to $10 a box, if I'm not mistaken, to ship that. And so, and haven't started pushing it yet, but we can also, if I'm not mistaken, also still build online as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. So shoebox items of the month, games. Just bring them to the church, and we'll take care of that. Starting on the 20th, we're going to have a men's group and Bible study in the fellowship hall from 6 to 7:30. That's new. Where the book will be by Josh McDowell, More Than a Carpenter. I think, isn't it? Tim Berg, isn't him and a few other guys? They're the ones leading that, if I'm not
No,
mistaken.
it's Paul
Oh,
Malman
I'm
and
sorry.
Randy Jones and Kirk Bailey.
Oh, I need to study more.
Yeah, they're going to be leading it. It's a great book. Josh McDowell, for folks that aren't familiar, used to be an atheist. He went to disprove Christ and became a Christian. It's a great way to strengthen your faith if you're a new Christian. It really helps you know who Jesus is. If you've been Christian for a long time, it's a lot of information that you can use to help bring somebody to Christ. When people say, "Who is Jesus? Is he really who he says he is?" And you get that information. But not only that, they're going to be going, and I think they'll be planning some skeet shooting and some fishing and other things that they're looking at doing through the year. So it's going to be a whole lot of fun with that. And again,
Do we get to go?
no, you don't get to go.
I've asked to go to Ladies Crafting with God, and I've been told no. So
Really? I would say yes.
I would like to know some fun stuff they've made.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they have a whole lot of fun. So this is going to be a great time, and we've got guys who said, "Man, I want to be there." Books are being provided for this, so it doesn't even cost you anything. You just come. If you want to donate towards a book, you can, but we're not asking for that. But it's just, I think it's going to be a great time of fellowship for the men.
most excellent. So that is the 20th of September, 6 to 7:30.
Right.
Upstairs.
That's on the Tuesday.
Now for the star of the show, which is why Kathy's with us, is we're talking about the women's Bible study, and starting on September 13th.
Yes, sir. It's going to start again on Tuesday night, September the 13th at 6 o'clock. We will be in the choir room. Is the plan to start in the choir room. And we have quite a few ladies who have already shown interest. So we're excited about that. This study is a little different from the one we've done in the past. It doesn't have the daily individual preparations leading up to your weekly meetings. So if you're a person that maybe feels like I don't have time to do that every day, and I would feel bad if I can't do that and show up, this is the great Bible study. We'll all watch. It's video based. We'll watch the video together, and then we'll discuss the questions together.
Oh, awesome. And is who else is involved with this?
Christy Berg and I will be kind of leading out.
I gotcha.
Okay, who are some of the women in the Bible?
The women in the Bible. Let me get my book out so I can read it. I know, of course, we're going to start with Eve as the first one. She's a great one to study. Then will be Rebecca, Leah, Hannah, Abigail, Gomer, and then Mary, the mother of Jesus, then Mary Magdalene, then Mary of Bethany, Martha, the woman at the well, and the Syrophoenician woman.
You did good on that. Yeah. You pronounced that well.
Syrophoenician woman. So I'm really excited about this study. It is 12 weeks, so we're going to go we'll be going into November. But I'm really excited about it and see what's going to come out of this.
Oh, most excellent. And then that kind of leads us into an event y'all have coming up on October 14th and 15th.
October 14th and 15th. The deadline to let us know that you're interested and to pay your $49 fee for this retreat will be September 15th. I think that's a week from tonight, maybe, or about 7 days.
Yep.
And we just need to get that $49 in, the payment so that we can get our tickets at a discounted price, early registration kind of thing. We will carpool down together as one group. We'll have already made the hotel reservations, so we'll get a night away as girls' night away, and then the conference will be from 7 to 9:30 or 10 Friday night, and then I believe it starts at 8 and goes till 12 Saturday morning.
Now I have wondered personally, and this has nothing to do with the show, and people are going to be like, "Okay, Thomas, where is that? Which church is this being held at?"
This one is at
Central.
Central Baptist.
It's at Central. Yeah.
Okay. I used to go there. years ago when I was in College Station. I went there, and it's a big facility, but now it's a really nice facility too. So
Well,
it's a good place to have it.
I'm guessing they're well suited to hold a women's conference of this size. So
Yeah, it's a massive.
yeah.
It's a large church. Good church. Good church.
So mainly the cost will be your $49 ticket. And then, of course, we're going to, as many people as you want to share, up to 4 in a room, will reduce your hotel costs. So the more people we put in a room, which we're trying to do, but a couple of people have asked for a single room or just 2 in a room, and we'll gladly accommodate that as well. So whatever you're comfortable with about the hotel, we will take care of. So mainly it would be dinner Friday night, and lunch maybe Saturday would be the only other cost besides the hotel.
I recommend Casa Rodriguez. It's my favorite
Casa
place.
Rodriguez.
Casa
Oh,
Rodriguez.
write that down.
That's right. Classic Mexican restaurant in town. So.
Well, you know, Mexican's always good.
There's other choices too, but that's just mine. Love the green sauce. All right, so that is October 14th and 15th. Key deadline is the 15th.
Of September, yes.
Of September, correct. You need to inform the church office.
Yes, you can call Carrie Trees, the secretary at the church, or you can see Christy Berger, myself, and let us know that you're interested.
Most excellent. Well, that takes us into, speaking of the Bergs, their son Andrew and his fiance. I guess it's fiance now. That's how that works.
Yes.
Now, yeah.
Hannah Bryant is having their wedding shower on the 25th.
Yeah, we're going to do that at the church as well, from 2 to about 3:30 or so. They're registered there. You can see it Bed Bath & Beyond, Target, and Amazon. And we invite and encourage everyone to come out and support them, and just let them feel the love.
Oh, it's most excellent there. And then we've got Christ in the Old Testament. And
we're continuing on. We've only got just a few more. I think about 4 or 5 more that we'll be looking at. We'll have completed the whole Old Testament, and we will be in Micah this Sunday. Micah, wonderful book. A lot of people will know it, especially Micah 5:2, because every Christmas it's recited. And folks may not realize it's coming from Micah whenever it's recited, but that's where it's coming from, of where Jesus will be born. And so obviously we'll be looking at that, but there are some other phenomenal places that show us Jesus in Micah, even more so than his birth. It covers from eternity past to the millennium. It's all in Micah.
You know, I actually had someone casually mention, well, you know, the Old Testament doesn't talk about Jesus. It's all old laws, and they don't really get him into the picture into the New Testament. And I said, and I was able to reference where there were references to it. And so it was a nice, kind-spirited conversation, but it was like, oh, I gotcha.
I've learned something.
I've got something here to tell you that's not true, you know, and because they're just going to talk about Isaiah. No, it's there. He's in there. So it's Christ in the Old Testament. That's Sundays 10:45 a.m. In person or online. Continuing on, we've got our projects. In this case, we've got Make a Difference for weekend backpack meals. As always, financially, what this does, it goes to help fund, take-home meals for the weekend, basically, and snacks. Recently, we were collecting hygiene items, but Carrie Trees, I think, helps manage majority of this, if not all of it. And I know we have some groups that come in, a group that comes in throughout the week that helps pack as well. But weekend backpack meals, anything from financial to items, if they're needed, and Arlen, you may be able to shed some more light on what kinds of donations they could use.
Yeah, we can, we always can use peanut butter, mac and cheese, meat items such as tuna fish, in the cans, snacks, just a lot of different things like that we can use. And then, but the financial, it really helps. Carrie has got it down to a fine art in shopping. And we get, it's a little bit more than $50 now, but for a little bit more than $50, we can feed the kid on the weekend for the whole school year. That's phenomenal. and how she's got it down, being able to do it. So, and these kids go home, they don't have good food to eat.
Mhm.
And so this helps give them some nutrition. Now, it's not going to stuff them. And that's what, I know I want folks to understand, but they will have something to eat that will be nutritious, that will help them get through the weekend.
All right. And there's more information. You can go to their website at the bottom, fbctroytx.org /weekend backpack. Then, kind of on the nature of food, our kitchen upstairs is in need of a renovation. These images, you may not see it in some of them, but you can see, maybe you probably can't see my mouse, but I'm hovering to the top here. You see a cabinet that's got the flooring, I guess a particle board or compressed sawdust type setup. It looks like it's in need of repair. Cabinet doors falling off, some equipment repair and replacement, and overall just it needs a good renovation.
It needs a good one. It's been since the 80s. I mean, it's an 80s kitchen. Nothing has been done with it.
I'm from the 80s, so let's be careful.
Yeah, well, you're looking good. You look better in the kitchen, man. But the garbage disposal doesn't work. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff, and we just need to bring it up to code. It's up to code, but up to snuff, I guess is how you won't say there, because it does need it needs help. Every time I open a cabinet door, because I'm up there just about every day, it falls off in my hand. I've got to put it back on. It just needs some help.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And you can make a donation through check or through online at fbctroytx.org/giving.
And
believe we've got a fund.
The kitchen committee is working. They do have some drawings, and I think they may be looking at, hopefully, our next business meeting, maybe presenting some of them to the church, see what the church thinks about it.
Wow. So that is kitchen renovations. And then Wednesdays, we have youth hangout night upstairs, pizza. I always like to push that. That's just my favorite part, because, again, when I was in youth, pizza was a thing you got maybe every 6 months to a year, And so with the church,
it's because that Joseph, if there was any leftovers, sometimes I see him walking out with a box with a piece of pizza in it.
Oh yeah, it has fed us on a Wednesday night from time to time. Come home from work and, hey, there's a pizza, and I remember where he gets it from. So, hey, great, love it. But that's youth hangout night. I think last night they played, is it Gaga Ball or
Gaga Ball?
Yeah. I didn't have pictures of it. I saw them on Facebook, and so
I don't understand it.
Have fun.
Kids love it.
That's a newer. I'm told it's a game that's been around for a long time.
Yeah,
it's more. It's just I never got it. Never heard of it until really about the last 10 years.
You've gone to preaching camp years and years, and Gaga Ball. It's all, and I'm going. This is and skin knuckles and everything, but the kids love it.
And then talked about we've got senior adult game day. Not this coming Tuesday, right? But it's the one.
I believe it'll be on the 20th.
September
20th.
Yeah, September 20th.
That is right. And I'm not. I see another thing I'd like to join. I just can't be with it yet.
Well, I tell you what, they have a lot of fun. They play 42. They've got card games up there. They all bring finger foods and snacks. They have a good time. They have a real good time. We got quite a few senior adults that go up there. You don't have to be a member of the church to be a part of it. You can just come on up, and I'd encourage our senior adults to invite people. It's just a great way of letting people fellowship and get to know us.
Absolutely. And then that takes us kind of back to just our regular slate of activities, although each of those slides was kind of a more detailed view of these. 8:30 a.m. is a men's prayer meeting. And then, and actually pausing on prayer meeting, if I'm not mistaken, we have a prayer vigil coming up in the next few weeks.
Yes. October, let me get my phone out and I will be able to tell you when.
I ask the hard-hitting questions.
It's October 21st and 22nd. Starts at 6 p.m. on the 21st and goes through 6 p.m. on the 22nd. You can get online, and I don't know if we have it on our Facebook yet, but I know that Carrie had some stuff out there. You could hit a link. We had some information in our bulletin that with a QR code, and you can sign up for a particular time to pray. If that time's taken up, and yet that's the best time for you to pray, pray at that time. You don't have to come to church, although we will have a tent set up, prayer tent set up outside for folks to come during that 24-hour time period. But you could pray wherever you are, at home, at work, wherever you are. Just sign up, and you'll have to pray. You don't have to pray for that full 30 minutes either. It's just somewhere in that 30 minutes. Just spend some time praying for our country, our state, our city, the church, the school. It's just a time of just lifting up in prayer.
That's right. And I believe Kirk Bailey's helping
Yes.
put this together. So
Yeah.
you see him say thank you and ask how you can help. 9:30 Sunday school. It's a good time to come together and kind of have a more, I guess we'll call it a fellowship, more in the book series. Kathy and I are in Neil's class, and that's always fun. It's such a random occurrence. You don't know what's going to be said by who and when.
True.
And so, but that's it's always a fun time. There's other classes besides Neil's, of course, but
we've got classes for everyone,
right,
from nursery all the way up till as old as you get.
absolutely.
And we've got for co-ed, we got co-ed classes, and we've got classes for just ladies and classes for just men, wherever they might feel comfortable at.
That's right. And then 10:45, we kind of talked about it earlier, but we're in the Christ in the Old Testament, Book of Micah. 10:45, catch us in person in studio, in auditorium, and online as well. And I promote. I got my link built. Here we go. At live.fbctroytx.org. Does not require a Facebook or YouTube account. It just lets you see it direct. You can see it on your phone, on your laptop. So that is available to us. So 10:45 a.m. and then 6 p.m. we have evening worship.
Yeah, and Thomas, let me jump back to the morning worship, because we will be starting up on September the 18th, Children's Church. It's been a while since we've had it because of things happening, with COVID, and then folks who did lead it, they left the country, if you will. When you move to Tennessee, as far as I'm concerned, that's leaving the country. You leave God's country of Texas. But we will be starting up on September the 18th, this Children's Church. It will be from kindergarten to third grade is what we will be doing. So we'll have a place in nursery for kids up to 2 years of age. Then 3 and 4-year-olds, we will have an extended session for them. And then we'll have the Children's Church from pre-K to third grade. And they will stay in the church during our worship time, during the music. But as soon as we're done with the music, then we'll release them to go up to the fellowship hall, where they will get some good Bible teaching on their level for them to understand. I had someone ask me, well, why not 4th, 5th, 6th, and that. Families need to start worshiping together. Kids need to see their parents worshiping. They need to be a part of that. So we need to integrate them into church. So I'm a firm believer of families worshiping too. But I also understand with smaller kids of that age that we're going to be going there, that sometimes disrupts you as parents and that. But I really want to encourage parents to, that have your 4th grade and up, bring a kid to church. That's okay if they make a little noise. I'm glad they're there, and it's important for them to see adults worship and get what it's all about.
That is amazing. I remember back in my day, we had big church and we had children's church. And so we're a little church and about the same age range, we would go upstairs and my pastor used to say and statistically he had read, and I don't know how old his statistic is, but the family that worships together stays together. And so
that is still true. That is very much true.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's a good thing that we can offer that. I'll let John know that it's his last year. So he's aged up, but that's good. Joseph won't be able to. On the 6 p.m. Bible study, 6 p.m. Worship service. So do we have a topic? I liked last week's topic of how to make the bad decision, something
right way to make the wrong choice.
Way to make the wrong choice. Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. Let me see here. Talk about something else. I'll pull it up. I was working on it, and I was working on the title on it of what I was going to be doing. So just keep talking.
Not of worries there. Hey, you know what? He's got a lesson prepared. It's not a
sometimes
pointless
surprises
sermon. He's
you.
got points, and so it's an inside joke. Um,
Yeah, you'd think
Oh,
I
don't worry about it. I tend to ask. I tend to ask questions. I'm like, hey, what date and what time and what are they doing? Like, it's on my calendar. Um, well, we do have evening worship service. One of the few churches in the area that does offer an evening service. It's a very um, I like it because it's not you're. If I had a question to ask, I could raise my hand and you would likely be able to
Yeah.
answer it live during the service
Same.
versus in the morning.
More
So
casual. More
more
casual.
casual. That's it. That's the word. Not that I haven't seen people ask questions in a morning service, but it sure is awkward. But
it can
It
be.
can be, but yeah, we have a good time on Sunday night.
it's right to have a brief singing and a nice sermon. I'm going to go ahead and move on. If you remember at the end, great. We can mention
Keep
it then.
going, man. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Tuesday we have Moment of Truth, which is where Roy Carpenter, Wayne Lott, Harlan Haines, Chris Cannon, and myself talk about topics that are relevant in the Christian life. Of this week, coming week, we've started kind of a look at end times, and we're looking at the conditions of this is for next Tuesday. What conditions are favorable for one world government? And I've seen Chris's notes, and it's fascinating those points that he's seen. I can't go into them because you've got to watch the show, but that's going to be Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. Moment of Truth. Always catch it. Any of our shows from our morning worship to this event to Moment of Truth, you can watch afterwards as well. If you do miss it, we'll always have it on Facebook and we post it to the website, YouTube, and all the places video can go. Wednesdays, Team Kid, 5:45. Ladies Crafting with God. That's also at 5:45 upstairs. Seen some awesome things come from them before that. I'm like, oh man, I'd love to make that. It'd be good therapy for me. And
Yeah.
maybe I can see it and get the pattern and make it my own. So, youth hangout 6 p.m. Adult Bible study at 6. Still in the book of Mark, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we are. And the ladies on the Ladies Crafting, they made coasters for our college boxes that we send to our kids who are off to college.
That's right. And I inadvertently left that out, but there is a college box collection in progress. I can't remember the dates of the send, but we still have a little time to get that together.
14th we'll be sending it up to the 14th. They will be sending it out, and just cards of encouragement, candies, chips, little things in there, just to give them let them know that people at home are thinking of them.
That's right.
Give them some encouragement.
That's right. And then on Thursdays, you're watching it. It's Church Matters.
And I've got the Sunday night, and it's a long. I didn't sell it, but it's in 2 Kings, which is where we'll be. It's when God's plan doesn't make sense, just do it.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
We'll be digging ditches.
That's fine. I need to strengthen my back. So it's sounds fun. Let's see here. Get us back to regular view. There we are. So, well, that about wraps it up. We have a good, let's see here, about 2 minutes to spare. So, with that, I would say anything else? And if not, perhaps you can dismiss in prayer.
Yeah, I've just been encourage folks just to come, be a part. The church is open, man. It's time for the God's people to get together and start worshiping. Invite people. It's hard to shake hands over live stream. I'm glad we've got it, but there's something about just being in person and worshiping the Lord. So I'd encourage folks. It's time to get off the couch, and come.
That's right. And if you ever want to learn more about the church, of course, call us, show up, be there, and that's not a problem as well. You can also go to our website,
exactly,
fbctroytx.org. I've noticed that a good percentage of new members and visitors have started on our website to look, and so that's where you can read about our staff and read about our information, read about what we stand for. And it's a really good resource for that. If you have questions, or if you're a member already watching this and you have a friend you'd like to invite, just send them to our website, send them a copy of a link to one of the past sermons. That's always a good place to start. But it again, live streams them. I like it that we have it, but you can't. It's hard to take action when you're watching it online. Whenever you're there in person, it's easier to take action on
That's
items.
it. So use it for what it's meant to be. So when those times you can't come, and that's what, and I'm the Lord has just it's a blessing to have it, and to have you, Thomas, to keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can. It's push a button.
No,
Typically, Rhonda does it, and I've days I'm out and I've watched from wherever, I'm like, she's a really good technical director. That's the job of the person who switches shots, but that's
her
the artist.
eye.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the artist in her that comes down like, man, that's a good shot. I wish I thought of that. So I just get close to and watch Chris playing guitar. That's my magic shot.
That's it right there.
So, all right. Well, Arlen, if you don't mind, dismiss us in prayer.
Sure. All right. Father, we thank you, Lord, for all you are doing in your church at First Baptist Troy. And Lord, that's what we want, is you to be doing it, Lord, your ministries and not ours. So Father, Lord, I just thank you for allowing us to be a part of what you're doing as you're moving in our church, in our community. And Father, I just pray for folks who are hunting for a church, that Lord, you would help them find that church, that Lord, you would have them to go to, so that they could use their gifts and talents to help make that church what you want it to be. And Lord, I just pray that Lord, you would just use this church, First Baptist Church Troy, to touch lives and to change a community. And because Father, that's what we desire. And Lord, I know that's your heart. Lord, thank you again for this time. In Christ's name, amen.
Amen. All right. Well, Harlan, I don't know what you're going to say for your outgoing line, because Kathy,
I'll meet you in the living room.
All right. All right. That's our cue. Ending broadcast.
All right.